Reserve, where we see that East Belmont trailing Bannockburn by 15 points.
Right, the ruck situation's still the same here. Big Turnley in for Bannockburn and Larkins for East Belmont. The ball comes forward there. Woodman picks the ball up, he's hotly pressured there by Edwards. Edwards been dragged off the ball and the umpire moves in and will ball up.
Okay, now Darren Gilmore with the footy. Steve Turnley, the steroids as he's known to his friends, seems to have recovered from that heavy knock in that first quarter.
Right, the ball bounce, tapped forward by McLaughlin for East Belmont. Picked up here on the half-forward line by Titus. Kicked down where we see Pilgrim trying to get the ball, Ferguson, sorry, for East Belmont. His handball goes wide. The ball kicked out to the far half-forward flank where a nice mark taken out there by Kelly.
Damien Kelly got a bit of a hobble up too, I think, from that leap.
Right, Kelly comes back towards centre half forward and the big fella Turnley takes a strong mark. Handballs his captain coaching Woodman. Woodman forced the handball towards the centre. East Belmont there, struggling on the ground. It comes out to Ferguson. Ferguson to McLaughlin. McLaughlin with a low pass towards half forward flank eludes players. Nice pick up by East Belmont and kick forward towards the pocket. Players come out and a nice mark taken in defence there for Bannockburn.
It's the full back there in Tony Black now. Kicks long to the centre of the ground. Over the top was steroids. Couldn't take the footy. Kicked off the carpet. Could have been dangerous there for Booby. But Calza now feeds off to Aussie Joe. Posman, oh, the kick's an absolute shocker. Goes about 30 metres in the air and 10 metres long. Ricky Larkins now thumps the ball down to where, missed Woodman. And there's not much front loss here. And the hip and shoulder. Woodman now, wastes no time. Plays on the big fella. Kicks long to full forward. Henderson over the top, couldn't take the footy. Sudsy comes through strongly. That was Bazza Edwards, I should say. As we see the ball now spill out to where Condon. That's Ice under pressure, but curl in the crisis is the chook. Andrew Buchter now. Good shepherding there by the captain coach too in Rod Doubledam. Allows the chook now to kick long to half forward. Black now under all sorts of pressure. The full back there from Bannockburn. The whistle has sounded for a throw-in on half-forward men outer side of the ground here at Winters Reserve, East Belmont's attacking zone. And we're just waiting there for the boundary umpire there and Andrew Sherry to bring the ball back into play.
Right, Woodman over the back, takes the ball, kicks it towards the wing and over the line and out of bounds on the wing here at the Winter Reserve. The big fella in Turnley is going for the knockouts in front. Woodman's about 3 or 4 paces behind, coming over the top. Right, the boundary throw in. Up they go. Here comes Woodman over the top. Thumps the ball forward. Well roved there by Ferguson for East Belmont. Kicks the ball down towards centre half forward, but a nice mark taken in defence. Play on as they call. Player put under pressure there. East Belmont with a handball over his head. Finds a teammate. Another handball there where East Belmont through to Posman. Can't control the ball.
Pushed in the back for mine.
Right, scrambly play here on the half forward line. And the umpire is forced to move in and ball it up.
Well, yes, a little bit of misfortune there for young Ernie Posman. Should have been rewarded with the free kick. That's got to be one there against Alan Woodman. And Harry Edwards now picks himself up and takes the free kick. 55 metres from goal. Goes short to Paul Cheetahs and takes the mark right on the 50-metre line here at Winters Reserve. And this will take a good kick. There's a lead there from Dale Sutherland, a good lead as well. That's ignored.
Well, East Belmont have only got one man in the square against 3, and Big Alan Woodman's parked himself right in the middle of the goal teeth here.
Well, Paul Cheetahs is backing himself. Normally a lovely kick at the football, but on this occasion he just spears it as if he might be colourblind, because he's hit that full back there in Tony Black fair on the tit.
Yes, he picked one of the 3 out. Right, the kick from Black round towards the half-back line. Up high over the back, unable to control the ball there for East Belmont was Davidson, and a free kick has been paid to Davidson. He was legged without the ball. Davidson on the half-forward flank now for...
That's Harry Edwards.
Edwards, sorry. Yeah. With the free kick. It's a better kick this time, right to the 10-yard square over the player's head and through for 1 minor score. And we've been travelling 4.5 minutes into the second quarter. Guest video production second quarter with East Belmont now 3 goals to 20. Bannockburn 5-4-34. Woodman kicks in for Bannockburn out towards the half-back flank. McLaughlin tried to get the ball. It's picked up there for Bannockburn and kicked wide by Ward. He finds a teammate over there on the far side of the ground who plays on quickly, runs around, kicks the ball towards centre half forward. Players rise, thumped by Edwards for East Belmont towards the centre. Kicked wide by East Belmont out here to where we see Edwards, the ruckman, kick it towards half forward and a diving attempt for a mark. Tap between East Belmont.
Good play, Bagazoo. Sets Cheetahs up on half forward, kicks right, tries to get around the corner, but unfortunately didn't make good contact with the footy. And Paul Cheetahs has kicked the ball over the line and on the full.
Yes, it's one time the banana kick didn't work.
And Rod Doubleton, the captain catch, just mentioning to him he's got to work a little bit harder. As we see now that the ball brought out to where Turnley has been infringed with there against Rick Larkins. And the big steroids now.
No one on the mark so he can go.
And that's what he does too, Barry Walker. Goes to centre half forward, but Bagger Edwards is there. Great defensive skills. Booby now going half-hearted at the footy. He's got support though. Good football from Aussie Joe Posman. Puts his captain coach under a bit of pressure, but good football to Aussie Joe from 50. Put that down after he got rid of the football. The players pleading for the umpire's assistance, but he unfortunately has put the ball over the line and on the full, and the full-back now in Tony Black takes the free kick for the Bannockburn side.
Right, Black now kicks the ball towards the half-back line. Players set themselves over the back, and a nice mark there taken for Bannockburn by Pickering. Right over the top of the big fellas that time. Right, Pickering on the half-back line, drives the ball towards the wing, where we see Edwards from the behind, thump the ball forward for East Belmont. Players over to run the ball, a quick kick towards the centre half forward. Doubleton there, can't pick the ball up, he's still chasing, he's got it now. A quick handball by Doubleton out there, finds a teammate, runs back into trouble, gets his kick towards centre half forward. Oh, pushing the back there, not seen by the umpire. Quick handball by Bannockburn, sees the ball transferred out here towards the wing. Woodman chasing his opponent there through the agency of Wilkins. Good play there by Woodman. The ball's bottled up. Edwards couldn't get away from him, and we'll have a ball up right on the wing here as players pick themselves up. Davidson was in there for Bannockburn, and number 42 for East Belmont, Posman.
Well, on the ball now too, on the ground is Barry Wilkins too. Baz comes on the ground, or Ricky Larkins throwing his weight around. As we see that also Harry Edwards takes a bit of a dive over the top of Tony Black. And we see that the ball now is out of bounds, and we'll just wait now on somebody to get the ball, because their insurance won't cover them if they... Well, yes it is, but still, young Mr. Sherry throws the ball back into play.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, good football to Connors too. The kick was well smothered, puts Gazoo under pressure. Harry Edwards now works hard for his side, as does Ice Condon, and players going in real hard for the footy here at Winters Reserve, and good pressure from both sides. Barry Walker.
Yes, very good pressure, but we have Woodman here in the ruck now, contesting here. Thumps the ball forward, players dive on it, pushing the back, not seen there to East Belmont. Picked up by Doubleton, he screws the ball towards centre half forward, players come out. Bannockburn thump the ball forward, Turnley grabs it, his kick's smothered. McLaughlin flips the ball out for East Belmont. Woodman kicks it off the ground towards the boundary line, and over the line it goes, and we'll have another throw in.
Well, the boys persisting with this attacking side of the ground too this quarter, but unfortunately for East Belmont, we've travelled something like 8.5 minutes, and they've yet to kick a 6-pointer.
Right, Turnley gets the ball, kicks it towards the centre where we see Ward pick it up for Bannockburn, run across the centre line, kick the ball wide out to that half-forward flank. A mark not taken out there for Bannockburn, and East Belmont come forward where we see another mark drop there for East Belmont and Wilkins. He kicks handballs it out where we see East Belmont come back down the ground, kick it towards the centre, and the ruckman for East Belmont, Edwards, take a overhead mark. Looking for someone to kick it to further down ground. Goes straight down the ground towards centre half forward. Players set themselves. Over the back of the pack it goes. Picked up here and out towards Doubleton. He hits it forward. Can't control it. He's got it now. Quick handball.
Great play.
Quick handball there finds number 27 in Sutherland. And a nice goal to East Belmont. That was good play by Doubleton. He couldn't get control of the ball at first and persisted. And then a quick handball gets a goal on the board for East Belmont. And on the guest video production, second quarter, we've been going 9.5 minutes. We see East Belmont 4-2-26, Bannockburn 5-4-34.
Well, that's Tiger Sutherland's first major score here for the senior side here at East Belmont. He kicked 9 goals in the reserves last Saturday, so Tiger on the way to hopefully a few more for this afternoon.
Right, the bounce of the ball in the centre. No one gets advantage from the knockdown. Edwards in there for East Belmont, trying very hard. Scrambly play, and the umpire's forced to come in and restart the game. Right, the bounce of the ball. McLaughlin gets a tap down for East Belmont. Edwards with a handball finds his teammate there, kicked wide towards the pocket and beats all players and across the line, and we'll have a throw in as in the forward pocket for East Belmont. That kick eluded Doubleton down there in the pocket and has gone out of bounds.
Well, Barry Walker, we've gone 10.5 minutes of this second quarter, and well, East Belmont have bridged the gap by 6 points, as that can't be the same.
No, that can't be the same.
Well, the umpire thought it the siren. I mean, that would have been the shortest quarter of football on record here by Darren Gilmore. I think common sense should prevail here, shouldn't it? I mean, he's only been out there for 10 minutes or 11 minutes of the second quarter.
Right, he throws the ball up. Up they go. Edwards out there. Woodman picks the ball up for Bannockburn. Kicks the ball wide towards the wing. McLaughlin there for East Belmont. Thumps the ball to no one in particular. Kick off the ground there for East Belmont. Wayne Woodman picks it up. A quick handball as he's bumped to the ground, but couldn't find his teammate there, and the ball goes across the line, and we'll have a throw in. Right, Wayne Woodman, Alan Woodman over the back. No one gets it. Edwards with a quick handball out here. Sees the ball coming to Edwards in the centre. A kick off the ground by the big fella for East Belmont. Sees the ball come wide towards the wing. Players here. East Belmont playing the ball ahead of him. Taps it forward. Tries to pick it up. Overruns it. Dives on the ball there through the agency of Connors. Still scrambly football. It's going towards the half-forward line, but a free kick to Bannockburn.
Very tiggy Touchwood stuff there from the umpire in Darren Mench's David Webb now. Kicks the ball long. Webbed up the half forward. The ball sits now for Pickering. He can't pick it up. He does so now to Woodman. Just dumps the ball forward. That's good football, creating some space for Terry Hart. Now it's his brother Chris on the left foot to the teeth of goal, but Jason Smith, good defensive skills, thumps the ball to the members' side of the ground where Ernie Posman could have been infringed with for mine. But the umpire has said no, we'll have a throw in right in front of the East Belmont social rooms here this afternoon, where most people are enjoying the comforts of the clubhouse.
Woodman over the back, thumps the ball forward, picked up in defence for East Belmont through Eskridge. His kick goes towards where McLaughlin couldn't control the ball. A handball out sees Condon, kicked the ball forward for Bannockburn. Eludes all players. Coming through there, East Belmont can't control the ball. A kick off the ground sees it go towards the forward pocket. Player picked it up, a handball back inboard, and Bannockburn through the agency of Pilgrim has brought up their 6th goal, and we've been travelling now 13 minutes into the second quarter. The guest video production second quarter, East Belmont 4-2-26, and Bannockburn now go to 6-4-40.
Well, that's Ronnie Pilgrim's second 6-pointer here this afternoon, and as Barry Walker has just suggested, Bannock's 6th goal, as we see that the Bannockburn Tigers still maintaining that handy 14-point advantage here. 13.5 minutes of this second quarter at Winters Reserve.
There's 4 big fellas going to earn the rest at half-time out there. Larkins and Turnley, Edwards and Woodman. They've rucked for the whole half of this game so far. Right, the ball goes down towards East Belmont's double downs in there, thumps the ball out, picked up for East Belmont through Posman. He can't control the ball, tries to get it out. Bannockburn desperate in defence, come through the agency there of Grohegan. The ball kicked towards centre half forward. Alan Woodman going in hard there. His opponent in the agency there.
Well, Woodman thumps the ball out. We've got Chris Hart now trapping it under pressure. Goes short. The ball well fisted away there by Jason Smith. It comes to the Chook. Chooker now thumps the big spiral torpedo. Goes 70 metres, but there's nobody home except the big arms of Steroid. Steve Turnley now decides to go short. It's a shocking kick too. The ball now drops short. We see now breaking through as the Gazoo tripped for mine and will receive the free kick in the heart of Winters Reserve here. And Dave Ferguson, a fair contributor for his side to date. Not much movement up forward. We've got a lead there from Craig Edwards, who's been moved to the forward line. Sets himself but can't take the football. The ball knocked clear now where we see Connors on the right foot. Kick up there, but again, Chooker done a great job at half back for East Belmont. Breaks clear on the left foot. And he goes a short distance, and Condon again says thank you very much and goes short and finds Connors. No, that's Gagan. That's young Gagan, number 4. Gagsy now goes on the left foot and finds Wayne Woodman in front there of Raph Lucas, who has looks as though been moved to centre half back. Some unusual changes. East Belmont camp as we see now that Woodman goes long. Oh, over the top, Stewie Pickering. Oh, twang. What a twang that was.
Yes, East Belmont were more content in watching Woodman then, and he's coming over the top and taking a nice mark.
Well, a veteran of many games at Newtown and Chewell. Usually a lovely kick of the football on that left foot. Waltzes in from 20 metres and splits the woodwork here at Winters Reserve. Twang Pickering kicks his first 6-pointer and Bannockburn 7th.
And we've been travelling 16 minutes into the second quarter. Gets video production second quarter. East Belmont 4-2-26. Bannockburn 7-4-46.
Well, the East Belmont Lions are going to have to work that little bit harder now in the remainder of this quarter. We've got probably 10 minutes left, and well, they need a couple of quick goals. As Alan Woodman placed a pretty good tackle there on Harry Edwards, and we'll see another throw up, I should say, ball up in the centre of Winters Reserve here with Darren Gilmore.
Right, the bounce of the ball all over the top. Larkins for Bannockburn. The ball goes nowhere. Kick forward for Bannockburn towards centre half forward. No one can take the mark. Players finding it very hard to pick the ball up. A kick out of the pack here finds number 21 for Bannockburn, the agency of Dillon. His handball goes to Woodman. Woodman handballs it out wide. The player slips at the crucial moment there. Desperate Bannockburn flip it out wide again. He's well tackled there, and the umpires played the advantage rule. Coming through for East Belmont there is Lucas. He's kicked down towards half forward flank, and a nice mark taken in defence for Bannockburn out there by Tillman. Tillman's kick goes towards where we see Woodman. Advantage played, kicked round towards where Wayne Woodman can't control the ball. Oh, a high tackle placed on the East Belmont player there in Eskridge out on the half-back flank. He plays on, comes across the half-back line, kicks the ball towards the centre. Picked up there for East Belmont by Davidson. His handball goes wide. Kick coming towards the wing here for East Belmont. Ball bounces towards the line and beats all players across, and we'll have a throw in.
The old gum tree. As we wait now on Andrew Sherry, the boundary umpire, to bring the ball back into play. We've got Sick Rick Larkins against Alan Woodman, who was infringed with on that occasion, yes, and Sick Rick will get the free kick. And Alan Woodman not too happy with umpire Darren Bench's decision. But Ricky Larkins now with the footy on half back, kicks high. But you wouldn't believe it, he's kicked it straight to his opponent in Alan Woodman. Well, now Woodman just letting players settle down. Now decides that he's going to kick the ball long to the attacking side of the ground, straight to his brother where Wayne takes a nice mark. Oh, umpire. Well, I called the mark, but really he didn't control the ball, and
now,
umpire.
Come on.
Well, a little bit of undisciplined football there from the East Belmont side, not returning the ball, putting to ground, and umpire Darren Gilmore now. Phew, I wouldn't mind buying some dirt off this fella. He's given him about 70 metres. He's put him right into the teeth of goal from between the wing and half forward.
The umpires must have changed who was in charge of the play there, because the umpire that gave the mark was moving into position, and the second umpire has come from behind play and given that 50-metre penalty.
Okay. Wayne Woodman. And to his friends is Mickey. An opportunity to kick his third major from point-blank range. Waltzes in and splits the woodwork here at Winners Reserve. Wayne Woodman's third and Bannockburn's eighth, and they're just sneaking away from the East Belmont Lions.
Yes, that's 50 metres made that goal, and at the 19.5 minute mark of the second quarter, the guest video production second quarter, East Belmont 4-2-26, Bannockburn 8 goals for 52.
Well, Bannockburn have kicked 3 goals straight against the Breeze here to date, with East Belmont only managing a 1-goal-1. And, well, we've gone 20 minutes of this second quarter, and they badly need East Belmont a couple of quick goals in reply to stay within striking distance of the Bannockburn Tigers.
Right, the bounce of the ball in the centre favours Larkins. He taps it down. Woodman there thumps the ball forward. Picked up and kicked forward by Pilgrim. And a nice mark taken down at the centre half forward position by Wayne Woodman. A little bit quiet early in this first quarter, but he's started to get back into the game in the last few minutes.
Yes, can be a real damaging player for any side as he comes in now from 50 metres. It's a lovely looking kick. The Breeze just doesn't quite bring the ball back far enough and is offline for a minor score. 3 goals, 2 off the boot of Wayne Woodman.
Right, the kick in from fullback finds the ruckman there for East Belmont in the agency of Edwards. He drives the ball towards the centre wing. Players fly over the back for Bannockburn. Unable to control the ball was Pickering. Picked up and kicked forward for East Belmont towards the half-forward line, bouncing towards the boundary line and beats all players across the line. Will have a throw-in.
Well, yep, the Tigers just getting on top of the Lions here at the present time as, well, late stages of the second quarter. Ball is on East Belmont's half-forward line. We've got Steroid Turnley doing battle with Sick Rick as we see Woodman over the top, but Ernie Posman now sharks the footy. But the hand pass, a poor one, and I think you'll find that the umpire will call for a bounce. Darren Gilmore now puts the ball down. Larkin stumps the ball 25 metres, but it's sharked there by Tillman. Goes inside there to Woodman. Ricky Larkins there has cleaned up big Steve Turnley and is being spoken to there by the umpire. Oh, copping one for mine was Chuka. And
you call play on the umpire.
Well, advantage has been paid, but I'd like to see that on the replay again.
Right, Davidson with the ball for East Belmont. Kicks it towards centre half forward to no one except a nest of Bannockburn players there, and a nice mark taken in defence by Black. Black kicks the ball towards the centre. Comes out here where Condon tries to tap the ball forward. Comes to East Belmont through the agency of Davidson. He kicks the ball towards the pocket. Players set themselves down there. Nice play in defence for Bannockburn by Webb. He's kicked straight across the ground, and McLaughlin for East Belmont takes a mark. Plays on quickly, slips as he tried to kick the ball there. Picked up and handball it back to McLaughlin by Hart. McLaughlin now dodges around one, kicks towards the forward line. Players set themselves up high there for East Belmont, unable to take the mark. Player caught with the ball and a free kick paid to Bannockburn. That play was Posman caught with the ball, and the free kick goes in the back line to Bannockburn.
Joey Posman not real happy with Darren Gilmore's decision there because he thought he had his head ripped off. But Webb now breaks clear. It's a long kick too, but again Booby takes a great mark, but I think you'll find that Ricky Larkins has infringed on Steve Turnley, and Steroid now feeds off the hand pass. It's a 40-metre job too. Goes straight to Ward, but put him under all sorts of pressure. The ball spills now to where Terry Hart, having trouble picking the ball up. Good pressure there from young Kells. Damien Kelly sees the ball now over the line and out of bounds on the members' side centre wing here at Winners Reserve, and we've been travelling something like 24 minutes of this second quarter, and we see that the Bannockburn Tigers enjoying a 27-point advantage here over the East Belmont Lions at this second term.
Right, the ball thrown in. Woodman grabs it from the ruck. A long handball around towards the half-forward flank. Well defended there for East Belmont by Eskridge, and the ball is over the line and we'll have another throw in. Bannockburn getting the ball away from the boundary throw-ins, with Woodman coming over the top, standing back and running in over the top and thumping the ball forward. Right, it's brought back in. Up, Woodman again taps the ball from behind. Picked up here, screw kick towards centre half forward, and Wayne Woodman in front again has taken a mark, and I think...
Well, now the umpire should reverse the decision now.
He should there.
But, well, I think Andrew Buchter was just squaring the slate from that previous encounter, and it looks as though the umpires have got their money on the Bannockburn Tigers.
Well, there was nothing in the original one. The player from behind is allowed to try and punch the ball, and admittedly he got into his back, but I didn't think it warranted 50 metres.
Well,
and Woodman's waltzed in, kicked his second goal from a 50-metre penalty here. His fourth. Bannockburn's ninth, and we've been travelling now 25 minutes into this, the second quarter. The guest video production second quarter. East Belmont 4 goals to 26. Bannockburn 9-5-59.
Well, East Belmont now getting a little rattled, I would suggest. Some of the physical encounters not being picked up by the umpires. They're reacting and being caught.
And I see Alan Woodman wants to get on with the game. That ball was kicked out of the ground, and he's calling for a second ball.
Well, I suppose you want to strike while the iron's hot, and they're on fire at the second term. Against the breeze, they've kicked something like 4 goals 1 to East Belmont's 1 goal 1.
Right, the ball back into centre. We got Turnley and the big fella Larkins. The bounce of the ball favours Larkins. He thumps it forward. Here for Bannockburn, picking the ball up is Pickering. He kicks the ball wide out towards that half-forward flank. Wayne Woodman out there being chased by Edwards, and the ball beats players and across the line, and we'll have a throw-in.
Yes, it looks as though that Andrew Buchter, Chuka, has been moved now to tag Alan Woodman, and that Harry Edwards is now picking up Wayne Woodman, who for mine has best been on the ground to date, as we see now that Edwards in front of Woodman on that occasion, and players double down. That's good football to Porky. Porky now kicks long to the wing position. Turnley in front, can't take the football. Good pressure there from Buchter. We see now that Booby on the right foot spears it up there looking for Cheats, who's caught behind. The ball spills over the top of the pack where Cheetahs now picks the footy up. Could feed off if he could to Kelly, but decides to go short. But it's over Dale Sutherland's head, and Tiger sees the ball go out of bounds.
He had an open goal square then. There was no one in the goal square if he wanted to go straight for home, but he decided to go wide, and ball's gone out of bounds. Right, the throw in. Players there, up they go. No one gets advantage. Scrambly play in the forward pocket. Woodman couldn't pick it up. Picked up there and driven towards the centre, and a nice mark taken in the centre for East Belmont by
Gazoo Gaboo. Dave Ferguson spears it down, and Paul Cheetah's doing a good job across half forward for the East Belmont Lions. Takes the mark 50 metres out. Would need to do a little bit more than his last attempt from a similar distance. He looks as though he's got better footing on this side of the ground. The drop punt. This has made better contact with that one, but I think you'll find he just hasn't quite allowed the breeze to ding the ball back enough for him and is offline.
I think he might have just scraped the goal post, and the umpire touched his hands as if it was touched, but I think it was too high for anyone to get to. Right now, that takes East Belmont onto the 4-3-27, Bannockburn 9-5-59 at the 28.5-minute mark of the second quarter. Woodman now kicks in from full back, drives it out towards the half-back flank, and has picked out a East Belmont player out there in the agency of Buchter. His kick goes nowhere. Mark taken by Turnley. Turnley kicks the ball wide out towards the half-forward line. Bannockburn can't control the ball. Rolls across the line and out of bounds just ahead of Turnley, the big ruckman.
Well, Andrew Buchter, Chook as he's known to his mates, normally a very good kicker of the football, lets me down on that occasion, and Bannockburn now going into attack, and East Belmont have got to work a lot harder with their disposal by hand and foot, because they're just giving up possession far too easily. As I think you'll find that could be the siren. Yes, I think you'll find
now
it is.
By he doesn't know. Yes. Now he's decided it is.
Well, the siren has sounded here to terminate the second quarter, as we see that the half-time scores at Winters Reserve. Well, Barry Walker, East Belmont got the job ahead of them.
Yes, they have, Ron. At half-time on the guest video production scoreboard, we've got East Belmont 4-3-27, Bannockburn 9 goals, 5-59.
Okay, well, East Belmont, a lot of work to do. Doesn't look as though the players are going off the ground either to date. They're all converging on the ground. We'll be back shortly to bring you, I would suggest, a third and very fiery quarter of football here at Winters Reserve, where East Belmont didn't really use that 3-goal advantage here in that second quarter. They only managed 1 goal 2 for the term. Bannockburn 4 goals 1. Well, Barry, your tip at the moment's looking pretty good at the present time.
Yes, they're getting through their agency, their big fellas, a better forward line, and East Belmont struggle once they get the ball over the centre. The back line for Bannockburn are getting it too easy at the moment.
Well, as you can see on screen, leg of land, that's Rod Doubledown, the captain coach of East Belmont, absolutely tearing strips off his teammates here, who at the present time really have let him down.
Shut up. No, I've already got one.